Let's talk about props, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the props that we're going to win money. A little salt and pepper to start the show. Welcome to a little Friday night. God, what is that? I think one of my daughters. I got two now. One of them scratched me. Oh well. Yeah, welcome. Little Friday night rundown here. Let me scoot this back just a scotch. And we're talking props. We're talking building bets. We're talking let's make some fucking money. Yeah, I didn't get the bet last weekend. As many of you know, I had a baby and I did not get the bet. So this card, even though we just lost the main event, kind of stinks. Not the best, but we can make some money. That's the best part. Look at this hair, by the way. I hate it. I hate it so much. I want to get it cut, but I committed to something. I'm going to see it through like I always do. And but yeah, this thing is just, it is a fucking mess. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna build some props here for this weekend. Obviously, most of you know Curtis Blades and Derek Lewis fell off. What was it? Curtis tested positive for COVID. There were some rumors that Rosenstruck was gonna step in last minute. I mean, Ngannou is talking about wasting his prime, so I'm not sure. I mean, he lives in Vegas. Well, let's throw him in there, but they didn't. And it is what it is. It is what it is. No main event. So, well, we have a main event. We have Anthony Smith versus Devin Clark, which that's a tough one, right? That's not the best fight in the world. I do like the under on that. If you listen to the podcast, I picked Devin Clark. I think he's a decent under to play there. So let me get the screen up here while we're sharing. We'll get to it. And we'll get to it. There it is. I'm small, screen's big. We'll go me big, screen small for right now. And we're going to talk about some props. So we'll go fight for fight. Right off the bat, what I'm seeing is Nate Maness. Let me see if I can bring this up. Nate Maness right here. Nate Maness he was a plus 108. He's my underdog lock. He was a plus 108 the other day when I did this. Now he's at plus 126. I think Lou Sanders is a great fighter. I think he's very inconsistent, though. So Nate Maness, Kentucky boy, has fought a lot of local guys that I've seen fight. I haven't seen Nate fight live, but I've seen a lot of the guys he has beaten fight live. And the guys that he has beaten on the local scene here in Cincinnati, Indiana, Northern Kentucky, were actually really good. So he's a solid dude. He made his UFC debut against Johnny Muniz, a good wrestler, and looked really good. Sanders, again, inconsistent. So this is going to be probably, we're going to talk about that. I'm not going to prop this fight. This is just going to be a money line fight for me. But plus 126, I mean, that's a great line there. That's a good underdog line. I like that. Plus 126, maybe a straight wager, put them straight. You can do a parlay. I did say on the podcast, I think this is a parlay card. The one-stop shop for props. My boy, this dude right here. I love this guy right here. He is so supportive. Go follow this guy on the screen. This guy is awesome. Christian, I think his name. I think that's his name. That play Beezy. Good dude right there. I love that guy. But yeah, but that just jumped out of me because he was plus 108. I thought he'd fall a little bit. That's good. But the first prop we're going to go Sue Majari versus Malcolm Gordon. Malcolm Gordon fucking disappointed me. His UFC debut. I made him. I wrote him. He got submitted. So let's go. Sue is a really good stand-up guy. He's got some power, but 320 is just beefy. That's too high. 320 is obnoxiously high. So method of victory, you got Sue by KO, plus 115, by points, plus 380. I like the points thing because I do think Malcolm Gordon is a pretty solid dude. I don't know if he's going to get knocked out all that much. If you really want to go chase him, because Malcolm Gordon, we only have seen him once. He got submitted. It looked like he was nervous. It looked like he was fighting off some nerves in that fight. He could come out. He is a good prospect. People I respect like him. So anything over here, plus 950, plus 800, plus 700, these are nice little stats. But if you're playing it smart and you're sharp, you're going to be looking on this side right here. I don't see this happening. I see Sue could win by a decision at plus 380. Plus 115 for knockout. Obviously, he's a headhunter. He wants to knock you out, but I'm looking more in total rounds here, okay? Over plus 138 and under plus 176. Gordon got finished pretty quickly as UFC debut, so a lot of people are going to be hammering this. That's why it's the minus line. I'm actually looking over here. I think this could be interesting. I think if Sue comes out fucking dangerous and swinging, and Gordon is going to maybe settle in a little bit. I think he's going to come out with his hair on fire. This intrigues me. Every time I see a plus money, it pumps a little vinegar in the old dick of mine, right? So plus 138 on the over. I like that. That's a nice little shot there. It's not a sure thing. A lot of obviously sharps are going plus 176, but that's not what I'm looking at right now for that fight. For that fight though, I'm not going to bet either of these guys straight up. I know a lot of people do DraftKings. I think Sue would be a good ad for your DraftKings. He's going to strike. He's going to possibly get a knockout. He's definitely going to go for a knockout. But here's my lock of the night. Kai Kamaka. This dude ballooned up. I had him at 310 the other day, or I think 300 even the other day. He's at minus 315 to 5 now. He's going to be my parlay anchor. This guy's going to be the fucking, whenever, not to equate swimming. I used to swim when I was a kid, believe it or not. And I was the anchor of our relay when I was young. I was like fucking 9 or 10. I'm a very strong swimmer. The anchor always brings it home, right? And Kai Kamaka is going to be anchor. I'm telling you, you got to put this guy on several parlays here. Straight up is really pricey, but let's see. Total rounds over 2.5, under. Pierce is solid. He did get finished by Joe Lozon, so that's tough to think that he's not going to get finished by Kai Kamaka, who looks really good. He is taking the fight on short notice. Could be a cardio issue. But method of victory, let's look at that. Kai by TKO, KO at plus 270. That's what I'm hitting right there. I didn't think the line would be all that big. That's what I'm hitting. What do we got here? We got people. There you go. Sorry, little Twitter there. This is where I'm going though. I'm going Kai Kamaka plus 270. I think that's a sexy line for him to finish here. Let's get rid of that one. Plus 270 again. I can't believe that's plus 270. I think Kai Kamaka, he's not the most heavy-handed guy in the world. He's only had 10 fights. He's 8-2. He hit Tony Kelly with a lot of stuff. Jonathan Pierce is durable enough, but again, he got TKO'd by Joe Lozon. I know Joe Lozon hits hard, does have a lot of finishes on his record, but that's how I see this happening. I see Kai could get the finish here. A decision as well is by plus 15. This is definitely for a guy who's sitting at minus 355 and you're getting plus numbers for the way he could finish. I'd hammer all these. I'm definitely going this, and I'm going this as well. That's a big play right there. I'm painting that. For Kai Kamaka. He's definitely going to be the anchor in my slime ball. Gina Manzini versus Rachel Ostovich. Rachel Ostovich jumped up at plus 150. I picked Ostovich. She was a slight underdog when I had her the other day. She was a plus, 110, 116. She's now plus 150. Guys. Listen, she is a good-looking woman. Okay, I think we all can agree with that. I'm probably not going to touch this fight because I think both women probably aren't UFC caliber, right? Gina Manzini got cut and got brought back. Rachel Ostovich is 4-5. I don't know when the last time she won a UFC fight. So I'm probably going to stay away from this fight. No props for this fight. This fight is you just got to avoid that altogether just because you know what to do. Anderson Dos Santos, I took this guy as an underdog over Martin Day. I did not like the way Martin Day looked against Davey Grant. I think he's a solid prospect. I've done some tape study on him. I think he's solid, but Anderson Dos Santos is a fucking crazy person. This dude comes out and he comes for your fucking neck, your head, your neck, whatever. He's going to get knocked out or he's going to knock you out. Martin Day got knocked out by Davey Grant. Davey Grant. That dude doesn't have many knockouts, and he got knocked out by him. In the third round, he gassed out. So I'm definitely going to play this straight. Let's look at the props here. So you go how method of victory. Anderson Dos Santos by KO is at plus 600. That looks nice, boys. By points, plus 460. He could get him by submission. I can see him rocking him and maybe submitting him on the ground. He is fairly well-rounded. Neither of these guys have a win in the UFC right now, so they're both, again, hungry dog runs faster. They both want to fucking get a win. But these props, when you get plus, that is sexy right there. Plus 600. You gotta sprinkle on some of these props here. I'm probably gonna go Dos Santos money line and then go KO as well. I think he can catch Martin Day. Listen, if Martin Day gets knocked out by Davey Grant. Davey Grant knocked him out, guys. And I don't want to shit on Davey Grant, right? But Davey Grant knocked him out. So you give me plus 600. I like it. Ashley Evans Smith versus Norma Dumont Viana. I took Smith here. She's the favorite. Dumont missed weight by 4 or 5 pounds. She looked like shit against Megan Anderson. I mean, Megan Anderson's a very high level woman. She is a talented fighter, but if you're UFC quality, I just don't know if you're going to get steamrolled that way and that you miss weight. She fought at 145, try to cut down to 135, 3.5 pounds, 4 pounds, whatever it was. Ashley Evans Smith, again, not a world beater. I don't know if she belongs in the UFC. I'm probably not going to bet this fight. But if I had a gun to my head to bet it, obviously I'm going to go the chalk. I'm going to go minus 138. I think Evan Smith should probably be even a little higher than that. So if you really want to hammer it, if you really want to be a degenerate, you can go do that because that is worth it for me. Bill Algeo versus Spike Carlo, one of the more interesting fights. I wanted to take Algeo so bad at plus 144. Didn't have the nuts. Couldn't put the nuts on the table. I just didn't have it in me. I went chalk or went Carlisle. Both guys seem to be in good shape. Algeo looked great against Lamas, and Carlisle did not look good. But Billy Q, I think, is better than what people give him credit for. Billy Q is a solid dude. Wow, this is a tough fight. I want to say I'm going to take Spike in a parlay, but this is a parlay killer. This is the one, an underdog's get a win on this card. I guarantee it. Then this is the one that could really fuck it up, right? This is the bad light bulb, in the Christmas tree lights that fucks the whole thing up. Let's look at the props here because Spike at minus 172 does have power. Bill Algeo, I mean, he's durable. He's not going to get finished. So, I mean, the finish is okay. So, Bakeo's plus 150. I would actually take the points. I would take Spike Carlisle by points at plus 450 or 440, excuse me. Algeo's got a good chin on him. He took some shots with Lamas. He fought Brandon Longany on the Contender Series. I don't have his record pulled up. I'm not really sure if he's been finished before, but he's a Philly guy. He's tough. He's durable. He's long. He's rangy. He's in your face. He's a popular pick. I think a lot of people like him at plus 144. I definitely do. I just don't have the fucking balls to put it on the table and line him up. So I'm going to go Spike by points at plus 440. I really like that prop as well. Probably parlay that with some of the ones we talked earlier. But I just, Spike Carlisle has huge power, but I just don't know if he has power to knock out a guy like Bill Algeo because Algeo is a fucking solid dude. Miguel Baeza versus Takashi Sato, awesome fight. I picked Baeza. I like Sato as an under though, man. At plus 150, he was 138 the other day. He's getting up there. Baeza's just so fucking talented. He's so good. He really is. But he got hurt Matt Brown hurt him. Matt Brown clipped him. That scares me, right? Matt Brown is a solid fucking dude, but you might be suspect with a chin problem.
Let me tell you something. You're suspect.
I'm not going to put the suspect on Baeza because he's 9-0 and he's a very talented guy, but he's been rattled before. He's got his chin checked before. He's come back. He's got good cardio. Takashi Sato fucking knocks you dead. The guy is slept on repeatedly by me, by the masses. He has a little problem on the ground. Miguel Baeza is a really well-rounded guy, so I like that. Could be a straight play. Again, this fight scares me because I like Sato as an under as well. Fight scares me. All right. I'm not going to prop that fight either. I mean, the KO lines are probably nothing great here. So Baeza by KO plus 125 and Sato by KO plus 300. Wow. That surprises me. Okay. So I'm definitely sprinkling on this. I'm going to play against myself here. I'm going to take Baeza, maybe put him in a parlay, but you give me plus 300 odds from a knockout artist, a guy who's going to knock you the fuck out. Yeah, I'm gonna take that all day. So that's something to look out for there. Plus 300. I thought Sato by knockout would be maybe plus 150, right? Because that's the only way he's gonna win. I know he's a huge underdog, or not a huge underdog. I know he's an underdog, but I figured it'd be plus 300. I like that. Josh Parisian versus Parker Porter. Parker Porter. This fucking guy's name is the best name there is, right? I mean, name a better name. Parker Porter. I mean, let's be honest, right? He's not going to be a heavyweight champion, right? He's just not. And he's probably going to open up his own steakhouse, like Parker Porter Steakhouse. Like this is a guy who owns steakhouses, right? I took Parisian. I'm not confident. Parisian's been knocked out before. Porter wades forward and throws big shots. I went Parisian because if it goes to the ground, I think it's going to be over. Also, Parisian 6'4", Parker Porter 6 foot. Porter got knocked out by Dawkins, who is on a nice little roll in the UFC right now, so there's no shame in that. But I went Parisian. Heavyweights scare me, right? So the prop on this, I think you're going to go total rounds here. I think you want to go under 1.5. Actually, you know what? I think maybe over 1.5. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I don't think Parisian has like the touch of death, right? I think, I don't know. This is a good one. This is a real brain teaser here. Because I don't think Parisian has a touch of death, right? He's a big guy, he's a heavy-handed guy. I think he'll be thrown down that first round. Yeah, the under might be nice too. Because once it hits the ground and Parisian gets on top, I think it might be over. That's interesting right there. That's interesting. Minus 142 is a viable line. That's not crazy. I know it's a minus number. I know it's, everyone looks pluses when it comes to props, but I think instead of getting Parisian at minus 225, you can get the over under. You can play both sides as well. That's not bad. Method of victory, Parisian by KO, minus 145 as well. I think that's the way he's going to win, is probably by KO. Again, that's a better price than minus 225. So if you like Parisian, you're pigeonholing yourself, because he obviously could win by decision. He could win by submission. I don't see that happening. If he wins, obviously, I think it's going to be by KO. I mean, these are heavyweights, but heavyweights sometimes surprise you. They come in and they really fucking they lay some eggs sometimes. I don't know what it is. All right, and then the main event. That's so crazy. We're jumping right to the main event, by the way. Anthony Smith versus Devin Clark. I like Devin Clark in this. Even on a 5-round fight, I almost switched my pick. I almost didn't, wasn't going to bet Devin Clark because of the 5-round fight, right? 5 rounds. Never seen a guy go 5 rounds. He looks to be in great shape. He's a wrestling heavy guy. He's powerful, but you never seen him go 5 rounds. Can the guy wrestle 5 rounds? About a plus 108. I'm definitely going to take a stab at him. As far as props, I mean, I think this is probably going to go to decision. Under 2.5. Listen, over 2.5 at minus 142. Again, not a bad line. Method of victory, I would go Clark by decision. That's plus 210. That's not bad. He possibly could TKO Smith, but Smith is a really tough guy. And the only way I see Smith winning is possibly by submission, catching him. So at plus 420, that's not bad as well. All right, let's build the fucking slime ball parlay. Why don't we do that while we're on here? Hey, how about that? Slime ball parlay. I have an underdog parlay. I'm going to tweet all these out, as you guys know. Let me drink my white trash drink here. I'm living off caffeine, boys. Living off it. Wife is a fucking superhero. She's with the kid all the time. And I was up with her Wednesday night going into Thanksgiving because I was off. But yeah, caffeine is my best friend right now. All right, so slime ball parlay. We're anchoring with Kai, right? Kai Kamaka is going to be in there. I mean, Spike Carlisle, this could be a fucking bad Christmas light thing. I'm going to go Parisian as well at plus 225. I am going to parlay him, or excuse me, I am going to prop him as well. But I like him in that. And I'm tempted to add Devin Clark, even though he's a plus number there. I'm tempted to add him. A lot of fights got taken away. I don't like Suit. All right, I'm going to add Devin Clark. I think Devin Clark's going to win that fight. So that's a slime ball parlay right there. Plus 285. That's not bad. You got Kai Kamaka, Josh Parisian, and Devin Clark. That's a solid parlay. Plus 285. You're getting almost 3-1 on your money there. I'm going to play this one. I can't play right now because I'm out of Indiana, but I'm going to play this one for about 3 units. I got about 5 units in my account right now. I'm looking to double, looking to triple that, looking to fucking quadruple it, because Christmas is around the corner. But yeah, I'm gonna play this for about 3 units at 285. I like Clark as the under. I like how he spices up the slime ball with a little bit of a plus next to his name. I just can't trust Anthony Clark right now, even though he's 0-2 in his last whatever. I just think he's got a lot going on in his mind. Parisian over Porter. Again, I'm doubting Porter. Porter could come out there and knock out Parisian. Parisian's been knocked out before. I don't trust this guy all that much, Parisian, but when I look at the other favorites, I think I trust him more than I trust Baeza, even though I think Baeza is great. I respect his opponent. And Carlisle as well. Carlisle is kind of a weirdo, right? He looked fucking – what was he doing in the Tony Kelly fight? Like, what is you doing, baby? And Aljo is tough as they come. So this is probably the slime ball right there. That's what I like. I like Kai, Josh, Devin. I'm going tomorrow. Running errands with the girls tomorrow. And I'm going to pop down the Indiana and place this. And then we're going to go unders as well. Nate Maness is definitely going to be on my underdog parlay. I like to do 2 unders and maybe a slight favorite on my underdog parlay. Am I going to bet Devin Clark again at fucking at +1. I mean, you might have to. You might fucking have to. I'm gonna go Anderson Dos Santos as well. And then just fucking Rachel Ostovich, just fucking do it, right? We can go Sue, right? Sue's heavy. That's +618 right there. You take Sue off. Who else you got? I mean, you can just go Devin Clark as well, 3 ways. That's +1038. Nate Maness, my underdog lock. I'm not going to guarantee a win, but I think he's going to look really fucking good tomorrow night. Anderson Santos, this guy kind of scares me a little bit. Let's take Dos Santos off. Let's go Maness and Clark. You're looking at +370. That's not bad. It's not as good as +1,000. So maybe add what is Sato? Sato +75. Yeah, listen, there's some options here for. I'm gonna have to work out the underdog ones because those are the ones that are gonna pay out more, but those are also the ones I don't win all that much. So yeah, that's it. That is what we're doing here, babies. All right. That's it. What are we at? 21 minutes. God damn, you guys been listening to me talk for 21 minutes. All right, so that's it. That's the show. Bet responsibly is what they say. It's what the kids say. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good night. Tomorrow night, I'll be on Twitter, MMA Takes Podcast. It's right down here. MMA Takes Podcast on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on everything. And let's win some money, boys. What do you say? What do you say we win some money? All right.